If you know everything about the machine, you can exactly pinpoint. It's like from here, remaining on Earth, they send those satellites on other planets. Just imagine. They don't have any human beings are not there in that planet, in the satellite, in the rocket or whatever, and they send it to see what the soil on Mars, whether it contains life or not. They send this exactly where it will go, and on that Mars, which is the spot it will land. It will land dham karke, and then it opens up and start moving around and collecting samples. No? You must have seen on television. Huh? Samples it collects. It analyzes sample. It sends photographs on Earth. These people remaining on Earth, they see, अरे वाह, बढ़िया photograph भेजा है. Smile करना तो बोलना. Say cheese and take photograph. So now very interesting. Suppose you are there on Mars. I am not saying I am there on Mars because it's very difficult situation there. Anyway, so suppose, you are there on Mars and you see this satellite coming down, then this coming out and doing all those work, and you are looking at it. You will try to see how it works. उसी के अंदर देखोगे, उसके पुर्जे में देखोगे, यहाँ देखोगे, वहाँ देखोगे. Even in your wildest dream, you will not know that it has been controlled by someone sitting in NASA. Suppose somebody comes and says, it is controlled by NASA. He says, what NASA? It's similarly, if it says Maya, it's what Maya and all. If it is said that it has been controlled by NASA, I will not believe. I will say, what nonsense. How it can be? I am seeing it right in front. It is acting in front of me. The source must be inside. Similarly, each one of us, we feel that this body is acting, then uska source andar hi kahin par kuch hoga. I only must be controlling. You are not controlling. Ishvara is controlling. Ahankar is not controlling your life. Ishvara is controlling your life. Brahmayan sarva bhutani yantrarudhani mayaya. Like a machine. Like a one who is attached, like a machine. Yantra rudhani mayaya, by my power of maya, by his power called maya, Bhagwan alone controls all everything, everyone. It's a very, very different type of cosmos which we experience. And God is not at one point staying there and controlling. He is not sitting in NASA and controlling. God is everywhere, in everyone's heart, and He controls everyone. It's a very strange sort of mechanism and strange world Bhagwan has made. And He has given us choice that you come and work for me. And we don't want to work for Him. He says, मेरे लिए काम करो, then you will become one. Otherwise, you will roam around thinking falsely that you are doing it. In the bargain, you will only suffer. Choicelessly, you will suffer. You will think that I want to go there and Prakriti will make you go somewhere else. Whenever you think I want to go there and you go there, you will feel happy. Not that you have made yourself to go there, but Prakriti was anyway going there. It's like you are sitting in a train and so you have a desire, I want the train to move on the left-hand side. Sometimes because of the route, if it moves left, you become happy. Sometimes it doesn't move left, you become unhappy. Similarly, our desires, if they are in tune with Prakriti, we become happy. If they are not in tune with Prakriti, we become miserable. So this we have to comprehend, and the nature of Ishvara and the presence of Ishvara, and all our actions we should dedicate to Ishvara. And when we get tuned to Him perfectly, then we become free from the sense of doership. And what is spontaneous action? Spontaneous action is allowing Ishvara to do his work without thinking that I am doing. That's called spontaneous action. Spontaneous action means not we are acting, but we are just allowing action to happen without our interference. Interference of ahankar, kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsar, if they are not there, then the action goes on spontaneously as per Bhagwan's will, Ishvara Ichha. So this is a very powerful thing, and it should be understood in a proper way. It's not a fatalistic thing which is said here, but it's the fact. So having understood this, Bhagwan says that you surrender to me, surrender to Ishvara. That is what is said now. This is a very beautiful verse. In the next verse, Bhagwan says, Tameva sharanam gaccha sarva bhavena bharata tat prasadat param shantim sthanam prapsyasi shashvatam tameva sharanam gaccha abhavena bharata. So these two verses, the previous one and this one, is the very sar. It is the concluding verse. But again, Bhagwan repeats some important points. But here these two verses are like his concluding teaching. Then out of his compassion he says, I will again tell you the sar. But here he concludes. Therefore in the next verse he says, Iti te jnanam akyatam. Thus I have given you the knowledge. So the sar is understand that Ishvara is residing in our heart and the heart of all beings, and he alone is performing all the actions, making everything move. So what should I do? Surrender to that Ishvara. That is the final advice. After saying everything, Bhagwan says, you surrender. Ki tameva sharanam gaccha, tam Ishvaram eva sharanam gaccha. You surrender to that Ishvara alone. Surrender means you identify with Ishvara, drop your sense of doership, and let Ishvara function through you. Let him function through you. Just as he functions through your body and makes you breathe, makes the heart function, there we don't think that I am doing it. The heart automatically keeps on beating. We don't say I am doing it. But when it comes to mind, thinking and all, we feel I am doing it. So one has to dedicate, surrender everything to Bhagwan. The sense of doership itself is surrendered. So tameva sharanam gaccha. You surrender to him, take refuge in him. Sarva bhavena, with all your feelings, with all your personality, with your mind, with your intellect, with your vani, with your body, you surrender to him completely. Just as one surrenders to sleep, one surrenders to a Supreme Person, similarly one surrenders to Ishvara. One just let go of our own and see it happening. You see it happening. See, it's like a person, let us say one who dives from the skydiving and all people do. So then in the beginning they might be very, very, very rigid and all, but later on just surrenders and the sky and the breeze and all takes over. Or you might have seen some birds flying, Some of them, they flap their wings with so much of effort and all. Eh? But some birds are there. They just surrender to the wind. They keep their wings span and just let go. So if sometimes the breeze brings them down or sometimes it takes them up and they just fly. Similarly, Bhagavan says, you just let go of your ego. Understand, because understand this properly. Sometimes the ego tricks us. It has not surrendered, but it might just create an action of surrender. So don't come under the trick of the ego, but actual surrender should happen. So that is the ultimate. Through this surrender, then one reaches the state of enlightenment, because that ego itself is the block, itself is the vigna, which goes away. So tameva sharanam gaccha. So having understood the greatness of Ishvara, one surrenders to Ishvara. It's like first we try to fight with Ishvara and all. We fight, but then afterwards we realize that fighting is no good. We just surrender. So tameva sharanam gaccha. Sarva bhavena bharata. With all our personality, with all our attitude, we surrender to Ishvara. Then what will happen? He said, tat prasadat, by his blessings, by his grace, you will gain param shantim, supreme peace. Instantly you will experience supreme peace. Param shantim. And param sthanam, and the supreme place or state of enlightenment. Prapsyasi, you will attain. Shashvatam, that eternal state of enlightenment, of oneness with God. Whatever name you can give, that is eternal. It is not that after reaching it again one comes back into samsara, or after attaining it there is something more to be attained. It is the ultimate. So Bhagavan says that by his grace, means by Ishvara's grace, by his grace, one will attain that supreme peace and the supreme state, eternal state of enlightenment. So our only the job is, sadhana is to surrender. And this surrender will happen only when we follow the path, karma yoga, bhakti, jnana, dhyana and all. And then in the supreme state of meditation, this surrender will happen. Surrender, complete surrender will take place. And there will be total paradigm shift, total transformation, total change. It's like a person who is dreaming and is fighting with some tiger and all and getting totally disturbed. Then some person tells him that you just surrender to the whole situation and you will wake up in your bedroom, comfortable, free from the tiger. He says, no, let me fight with the tiger. You just relax. So when one relaxes, suddenly you find that I am in the waking state, which is totally different from the dream. Similarly, when this surrender happens, one finds oneself as though in the lap of God, one with Bhagavan. The whole dimension, the whole thing shifts. There's a total shift in the experience. So these two verses, you please remember, they're very important, and they are the sar of the entire teaching of the Bhagavad Gita. And Bhagavan also will then again, out of his compassion, again he repeats, but in a different language, the same thing, that you surrender. Sarvadharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja. You surrender to me, I will take care of you. we have what we do now. We will do the remaining verses tomorrow.